Hi everyone, James here, CEO of Hubstart. We're doing another video in our series talking to other partners in the space about all things HubSpot, what's happening in the ecosystem right now, and what we think about what's happening for the future for different clients that are using HubSpot within their company. Today I've got Madison, who works for ThinkFuel, and she's kindly agreed to share her views with us on the video today. Hey Madison.
Hello, hello. So happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. What an honor. Happy to join the conversation.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for joining. So I'll get right into it. Let's start with talking a bit about your business and what you specialize in at ThinkFuel.
For sure. So we are a Diamond Solutions partner with HubSpot, and at ThinkFuel, we specialize in a couple industries. So number one, general business services. It's kind of vague, but a little bit of everything. We do also specialize in healthcare, nonprofits, and technology. And we serve our customers through three main branches. So number one is marketing services. Number two is HubSpot consulting. And thirdly is web development. So if you are looking to bring more leads in, we work with clients to help provide more of a strategy or improve existing processes for marketing tasks. So basically, if you need more leads, marketing services is the way to go with us. HubSpot consulting is available for anybody who needs more industry-specific process built, or maybe they're starting with HubSpot from scratch. So if you have HubSpot-related headaches, that's where we help out there. And then lastly, with that web development is any of the websites, landing pages, blogs, that kind of thing. So our team really strives to offer HubSpot cutting-edge recommendations, and we do so through many HubSpot certifications on our team. And the team members that I get to work with have experience in things like sales and marketing, digital advertising, and so much more, which really just means that you get quite a breadth of knowledge when it comes to working with us as a partner for your HubSpot projects or marketing goals. So I don't know if you want this at all for background knowledge, but our values really shape what we do at ThinkFuel. So our values are honesty and integrity. We really strive to solve for customers wherever we can. Empathy, flexibility, transparency, and collaboration. So it's a little bit of a list, but they do shape everything that we do. And it's something we're commended on often as a team. And it's something we really pride ourselves in. So a little bit of a tangent, but that's a little bit about us and ThinkFuel and what we do and specialize in.
That's really awesome. And kind of continuing on from that, what are the kind of bigger business problems that you'd normally solve for your customers with HubSpot?
So we do a little bit of everything. Some of the ones that I've had the pleasure of working on most recently are specifically for nonprofits. I have been in a project for the last, I would say, 8 to 10 months for this nonprofit organization, which is a common theme for us, where they're making a leap from a very large, very outdated, not very connected system, and need to hop into something that serves their current needs and serves their either customers, or in this case that I'm working with, their customers or their leads or donors. So it's really trying to make the connection between an old system to get updated with the times. And it's not so much about the system, it's more about the trust with the people. So when you're working with an old system, and specifically with this client I'm thinking of, although the system doesn't work well for them and they know it, they love that system because they know it and it's familiar, and there's a lot of fear in the unknown. So some of the challenges that we face regularly are helping them make that bridge the gap into the new system, building trust with it, and having empathy along the way to help them with that learning curve and catching nuances of systems and all of the layers of workarounds that end up getting put in place when something doesn't really work, but you need to make it happen. So just bridging that gap wherever we can.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I mean, so many different companies that come to us as well, they've bought HubSpot and they think that that's going to be their magic bullet, but so much more of it is down to the way you set it up and really thinking about optimizing the areas of the business that HubSpot touches, which of course primarily are the marketing, the sales, and the customer support. So yeah, there's a lot more to it than just flicking a few buttons, that's for sure.
No kidding.
So why did you select HubSpot of the million and one CRMs out there as the CRM that your business wanted to partner with and focus on?
So we selected HubSpot, and let me maybe back up for a whole second. When I joined the team, we were already HubSpot experts. So this was kind of decided before I jumped in. But the HubSpot side of it is a result of our CEO, Kevin, using HubSpot for his own process as a customer and falling in love with it, falling in love with the support that it offers, the training that's available, the resources that are available through the platform. and everything else that comes with HubSpot. So it was really his passion project was to fall in love with HubSpot, and he graciously brought all of us along with him, and we've all landed in the same category. I mean, I can speak for myself, maybe more so than my team, but with HubSpot, I'm a little biased, but I have never experienced customer support like I have with HubSpot. I am a major advocate for it because I'm so in love with the idea that you don't have to wait hours, or in the case of some of my clients with their other systems, they're waiting weeks to hear back from their support teams on a quick fix, or how can I change a property or a field or whatever it's called in their system. And it takes days to weeks. And it kind of blew my mind. So just knowing the fact that HubSpot is so accessible for people through things like the support is a major win on our end. Number two is the openness that HubSpot has. The fact that there are training resources and HubSpot Academy certification courses and community groups and LinkedIn leaders and all kinds of these resources. Again, it makes it very accessible. And that's something that as a team, we're really interested in pursuing for our clients. So that's another side of it. But on a more technical level, thinking of my own experience and then for my clients as well, when you get to see HubSpot working in front of your own eyes, it's really just a magical thing. And like you're saying, you could do HubSpot, you could do another CRM, but that's where we get to come in. There's no one size fits all CRM, and HubSpot is the one that we specialize in and personally really biasedly love. And so it's something we like to help offer up to clients to help them set up their processes and their systems to function as best as possible and make their day-to-day easier and maximize the impact that their efforts are having, whether that's marketing efforts, sales, service, any of those categories.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we of course share the same bias, but all those points are perfectly true. When you go to HubSpot support, like they're just so friendly, they're just so willing to help compared with those other systems, and it is just genuinely intuitive to use. It doesn't take, even though what you're doing is quite advanced, it is quite easy to follow what you're trying to do, and you can just achieve so much from that. So getting into some of the really interesting stuff, like what do you think are the current trends with HubSpot that you're seeing come up with your clients? What are they really interested in at the moment?
Immediate one that comes to mind for me is attribution reporting. I don't know if you want to call that a trend, but it's a category or a topic that we are talking about all the time with our clients right now. I would say more than 75% of my clients, this is a regular topic we discuss. And it's something that we're sharpening our pencils on just to provide increased data management and reporting visualization in HubSpot. It's something that we are hearing a lot about for clients, and it's something that they know is important but don't know how to set up or don't know how to get out of their HubSpot account. So HubSpot does have attribution reporting built right into the system, but the data in your reports is only going to be as good as the data in your system. And so that's where, again, we have an opportunity to come in and help connect the dots. So there's things like the form fills or whatever that, you can pull that through HubSpot quite simply. But when you're getting into like UTM tracking or code snippets, you can get a lot more out of it. And so we have teams, marketing teams, who are looking for understanding the impact that their efforts are having towards the overall sale and the closing of deals. And we also have the reverse. We have sales teams who are interested in knowing where do these people come from and why and what's leading them, and as in what do I need to do to continue the conversation with these leads. So anyway, attribution reporting is definitely a common one that we're seeing right now, and building out some dashboards and techniques to help illustrate and really tell the story for marketing teams or sales teams. So not so much a trend with CRMs, but more so just a topic that we're hearing quite a bit about, and rightfully so. There's information out there. It's just how do we display it and corral it to make it visible and legible for actionable insights. Yeah,
I totally get you on that. We hear that a lot from our clients as well. More so from the marketing team side, like a lot of times we got marketing teams who really want to show the value of the work that they're doing, as you said. But very interesting that you're getting that from the sales teams as well. That's definitely lesser on our side. But yeah, it does really. A little bit of both. Oh, that's really good to hear, though. Another
thing that is kind of in the same category with that is there's like murmurs that we're hearing about people making a switch from marketing qualified leads and having sales qualified leads to having qualified leads. And, it seems a little obvious, but it's more so the root of the conversation there is about connectivity between the teams. So having sales qualified leads is great. Having marketing qualified leads is great, but really they should be one and the same. So it's something that it's a newer topic for us to be exploring. It's something I'm personally just researching and digging into a little bit more, but would love to kind of see that in action with some of our clients and put that into place with some of their pipeline management and marketing management. So it's like a kind of a part of that initial trend, but something else that we're keeping an eye out for.
That's interesting. Is that having quite a big impact on their processes, merging those two together?
When it comes down to it, there's these two teams, right? You've got marketing, you've got
Mm,
sales, and they're trying to communicate. It's kind of this endless conversation that we see in front of us with our clients where they're trying to close communication gaps between the two teams, increase sales enablement, that kind of thing. And it all comes down to that handoff process. So there are processes you can build in HubSpot, like things, well, notifications and tasks, and there's all kinds of things you can get into. But if you're just looking at the people, the leads, the donors, whatever your customers are, if they are one and the same between both teams, there's going to be a lot more alignment between your sales and your marketing. And so it's not something that I've had the opportunity to put into place yet with a client of ours, but it's something I'm learning more about and really understanding. Of course, they should be the same. Obviously, there's
yeah.
going to be different criteria for what is moving through the stages, but at some point they really should be the exact same criteria. And just how can we align the two teams and make sure that the process involved with the lead qualification aligns with the internal, customer profiles and that kind of thing, to make sure that there's alignment.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. That alignment is very important, and as an interesting way to approach that. Like, I'm sure that because we think about the definitions we have currently with the marketing doing their qualification through available data and sales doing it through things that are more qualitative, that's probably going to present some challenges, but the ultimate aim of bringing them both together as teams, that is definitely something really valuable. So how we'd get the best out of that. So how about looking to the future, not necessarily just with HubSpot, could be with CRMs in general, but what do you see as happening in the future in the months and years ahead?
I think more businesses and organizations of all sizes are reaching towards CRMs, and it's in a really great way because they're becoming more and more accessible. We're hearing from clients and partners, not everybody needs a massive CRM system. Some do, and they use it and they love it, and it's required for their processes. Some don't. They use HubSpot or another CRM as a portion of their ecosystem, and they really run out of spreadsheets. In the case of my experience, that's how we got started. So not everybody needs that, but there are portions of the day-to-day and portions of the business that do need better management. The data management is the main one. The contact management, that's what it's all about. But that's where HubSpot and other CRMs really shine too, is you're allowed to, and you have the ability to kind of parse that entire package out to smaller bite-sized pieces. So not everybody needs massive email marketing packages and as has that built right into their CRM. Some do. So if that's what you need, you can opt in just to that portion. So I'm seeing more and more people lean into the CRM logic and the fact that you can actually house your data in one secure place and it's accessible for your teams. And having that transparency between the teams, like marketing and sales again, that's something that we're hearing more so is important than just the data itself. It's about the people in the organization and having communication between different teams. So that's something that we're seeing more often. And the CRM landscape, HubSpot or otherwise, provides opportunities for that. So I think people are leaning into it, not so much only for the business side, but also for the people side, which are the business. So both directions.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see, like, with the changes in pricing that HubSpot is, and the lowering of that barrier to entry, if people are going to start making that move sooner. I do get that spreadsheets, when you're a fledgling business, they can be a good place to make a quick and easy start when everything's a scramble. But like, personally, I just love having that structure of a CRM that really forces me to have processes in place, forces the different teams to think about how to collaborate well together and be one sort of cohesive team. So really hopeful that's going to become more of a universally accepted thing as we go on, even more than it is now.
Absolutely. My experience with HubSpot started initially at a startup company, which meant spreadsheets galore. That's all it was. And so to make the switch, we did make the adjustment from spreadsheets to HubSpot. And there is more so an internal struggle between team members when you're trying to make that switch or you're trying to understand the data. And it's either not there or there's sheets that are missing or it's just not communicating the way that it should. So getting into HubSpot or getting into a CRM, it's really a game changer. And it's something that I personally love. I know it's aligned with my experience and how I first discovered HubSpot, but seeing our clients fall in love with HubSpot or another CRM and seeing how it's very workable, it's very accessible, it's very transparent between teams. It brings me a lot of joy to open my laptop in the morning and know that it's making someone's day easier and it's making their efforts more impactful.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely feel the same way on that. It really, really does feel good when you see the impact that's having across the whole business and the positive change that brings. Awesome. Well, Thanks, Madison, for taking us through your insights on that. I hope that was useful and for everybody listening. We'll be continuing this series every week from now on with different HubSpot partners that work with us in this space. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.